Good morning. It's probably the evening for you. It's raining, so we're snug as a bug inside and you can look at Daisy instead of looking at me. Now, just in case I didn't make my point yesterday about the fact that if a child has got poor phonemic awareness, you can say s-at till you're blue in the face, they're not going to say sat. So we give the brain the word first. Sat. S-at. Now I would give about 2 seconds before I then say the word again, giving them a chance to say the word. You'll know when they twit, when they start to, ping, because they'll say the word. You'll go sat, s-at, and before you get a chance to say sat, they'll go sat. They may not for a while, and you keep doing it. Pin, p-in, pin. Keep doing it. It might take 30 goes, it might take 100 goes. You'll start to see when they start to get it, and that's when you start to go, okay, p-in, and they don't need that word first. You need to really understand this is a skills acquisition process. If the children don't have that skill, then they're going to really struggle with anything like actually using the letters and using phonics. We've got to get this right. So if you're saying tap, t-ap, and they say sit, a lot of the time it's because it's because they've got no idea what you're asking them to do, but also because they've often had a year of trying to use phonics and having no clue about the phonics because they've got poor phonemic awareness. And they're thinking, what does the teacher want? Does she want the first sound? Does she want a different word? What do I do? So the child is often actually stuck on, what does the teacher want me to do? Rather than, what do I need to do here? They don't have those skills. So I say, if you go tip, t-ip, and they say sit, then just say tip. Don't talk about it because you don't want the brain having lots of different information and talking. Just do it again. Tip, tip, tip. Okay, just to demonstrate this, I'm going to give you a little example for your brain. Okay, shad, frem, sorf, paulo. Now I'm waiting for you to give me the answer. And you're probably going to look at me or look at Daisy and think, what is she talking about? Supposing I do this, now I'm going to go frem, shad, frem, sorf, paulo, frem, hole, porf, hole, melf, hort, hole, shis, mot, shis, sorf, shock. What's the word? Shis. Now you might think shis because I said it first and you're starting to get a pattern. But now what about, or you might even have thought it's the second word. Because your brain is getting this information, if I then gave you that first one that you hadn't got a clue what I was talking about, shad, frem, sorf, paulo, what's the answer? Frem, because it was the second word. Just think of the brain as a information processing device. If you don't give it the information, it can't process it. So let's give children, it's like when they're reading, if they come to a word they're not sure of, don't ask them to sound it out. If they could, they would. If they recognized it, they would say. So what you do is you look at the word and you follow the sounds for them so they say the word and they're not stopping and they're not losing their comprehension. So they come to, the angry snake was, and they stop for a second, you go, it's, it, They say hissing and carry on. Then you go back to it later. The brain doesn't like it nobody likes having to sit there and look at something and think, I don't have the information yet to work this out. If a child comes to a word and it's their code knowledge and they just need a little tiny bit longer, you know that. But if they come to a word they're not sure of, don't make them sit there feeling stupid. You wouldn't like it either. So follow the sounds to say the word. I actually tell the child beforehand, I say, if you pause for more than, 3 seconds, do you want me to follow the sounds? And they'll say yes usually, and then I do. Some children might go, no, no, no. Or when they're sitting there waiting and can't do it, then they'll say, now tell me, and then you do it. So it's whatever the child wants, but don't let a child sit there trying to work something out they can't do. It's the same as maths. And this is the whole issue actually with PM readers and things. There's no point sending home PM readers when a child is going to look at it and not be able to work out the words. It's like sending home a child algebraic equations when we're in the second week of prep and we're just teaching them to one-to-one count. So I have bored Daisy enough so she's fallen asleep. So I'll speak to you guys soon.